If you had told me today, hey, the Biden administration has come out in favor of 12-year-olds chopping their genitals off and says that they need to have it happen, I'd be like, surely that's April Fool's. No, that was March 31st. That's real.
This is actually remarkable. I mean, Joe Biden is 79 years old. He's almost 80. And he is suddenly an ardent trans rights for children activist. Think about the way the left actually functions. Many of us were warning any American who would listen in 2020, yeah, they have, Joe Biden, here I am, and no joke. I love the choo-choo to the Amtrak. Yes. You can trust me. I mean, and this guy's just a Trojan horse for the left, folks. He's going to you're going to get as much AOC-style policy as possible through the lens of Joe Biden, or with Joe Biden as the veneer, the facade for all of this. And here he is speaking about transgender Americans, remember, of all ages, because this is really about the kids, play 12.
To everyone celebrating Transgender Day of Visibility, I want you to know that your president sees you. Jill, Kamala, Doug, our entire administration sees you for who you are. Made in the image of God and deserving of dignity, respect, and support. But we know it's hard when there are those out there who don't see you and don't respect you. For example, the onslaught of anti-transgender state laws attacking you and your families is simply wrong. This administration is standing up for you against all these hateful bills. To any transgender American who's struggling, please know that you're not alone. Parents and children alike, please ask for help. And know this. You're so brave. You belong, and we have your back.
Okay, I just want to know, what are these anti-trans bills exactly? Because if it's an anti-trans bill to say that men shouldn't play in women's sports, the Democrats should own that. They should say that is it. You know, Joe Biden, Mr. I'm the moderate who's going to unite the country, should have to tell the American people going into this midterm election that he is in favor of biological males, also known as men, or, biological boys, competing against females or girls. He should have to say that instead of saying it's hateful. Okay, what's hateful about it? Let's actually the more people learn about the Democrat-aligned trans agenda, the more the American people go, hold on a second. And real question for you, Clay. I mean, do we think that Biden could get more than 2 letters of the LGBTQIA plus acronym? Because I doubt it. I think he could get 2 max. But now he's a big trans agenda hero? Give me a break.
Well, what's happened is, and first of all, when you hear Biden speak, is it just me, or does it sound at this point like he's slurring every single word? And I know I texted, I think you, Buck, the teleprompter that they have for Joe Biden now is like a movie screen when he's reading off of this teleprompter. I've never seen a teleprompter that massive in my life. I mean, it is scary what they need to put in front of him so that he's reading it.
Anyone who's been around a person who's also at that stage of life, look, there's people age differently at different levels, but one thing I do know is that it's also not linear. And the difference between 65 and 70 for a lot of folks, 65 to 70, pretty, I mean, I know this from members of my own family. You don't really see a difference. Once you get into the difference between, 75 to 80 and 80 to 85, just human beings, you age more rapidly at that point. And, energy and things change. We're all going there. I'm going there. I mean, God willing, I'm going there. Clay's going there. Yeah. We're all going to be there one day. This guy's the president of the United States. I mean, he's the commander in chief. There's a big war in Europe right now. We got a wide open border that's about to get worse. We're going to talk about it. This is the guy calling the shots, Clay? This is the best the Democrat Party can do? It's kind of stunning when you really take a step back.
It's also stunning how quickly, because by and large, there's not really much of a battle over gay issues anymore. And so Democrats are desperate to try to find a wedge issue. I mean, this is the truth. And so they are arguing that whatever tiny minority of the population that is transgender is being discriminated against, when the reality is many people are saying what I think the vast majority of Americans would say is, look, I'm not going to get riled up about what adults decide to do when it comes to their genders. But when you are requiring me to accept that a biological man is allowed to suddenly compete against women, that's the very destruction of women's athletics. That's the difference between, hey, you can be whatever gender you want, but as soon as you're trying to argue you're the greatest women's swimmer of all time or bicyclist or whatever else it might be, I'm not going to stand for that.
Ask yourself this question, everybody, right now. In states like New York and California, as part of this agenda, do you think that the Democrat base, and maybe even a majority of Democrat voters in those states, would support the state taking a child away from one's parents if the parents did not do gender affirmation surgery? I think there are a lot of people, Clay, in the Democrat left who would say, yes, if you won't do gender affirmation for a 13-year-old, the state should be able to take your kid away. I think this is where it's heading. I really do.
It's madness that we are allowing children. We won't let anybody buy a beer till they're 21, but you can cut your genitals off when you're 12. It's child abuse.